Hey, welcome back to the Garden Rebel channel. What can I say? It's hot, humid, and we came down here today and we healed up our potatoes. Now we've got some bald spots, and I believe that some of our potatoes may have rotted in the ground due to all the rain we had. But this will be a good row just to pick on through the summertime. Not really worried about that. Green beans are looking good. Tomorrow evening we're going to get out here and try to thin out some more cucumbers. And as you can tell, we've already got beans all the way up the fence to right here, about 3 foot up. So we're looking good. Cucumbers are taking off really good. As you can tell, they're starting to get up on the fence, and they'll be running up on it here in a couple of days. We are expecting a lot of rain in the next 2 days, so I try to come down here, and you can tell the weeds are just taking over. So I'm going to wait till after the rain, then I'm going to come down here and thin some of these plants out again. Just got too many. That's the Space Saver cucumbers. That needs no trellis. Takes up a very small spot. This is the first year I've ever planted those. My dad likes them, so I thought I'd give them a try. There's some of our zucchini plants growing right along, and I've got to come down here and thin these out again. Tomato plants about 3 foot tall, getting there. But here's some of our cabbages. Now, you know, to show you what size this actually is, I'm going to take just a regular ball cap and I'm going to lay it right there on top of it. Now that is the size of the cabbage plants, and the heads are just now starting to develop. So I am very hopeful that we're going to have some great cabbage plants this year. Very hopeful. Looking good. Pretty cabbage plants, pretty cabbage plants. Here's a good little head forming on that one. About softball size already. Tomatoes are looking decent on the upper end. I don't think this dirt's really suited for these. Most of these are sweet 100s and a variety of small tomatoes. I think I got the yellow pears or the red pears this year. But the Rutgers and everything like that's growing good, so I'm not really worried about the tomatoes. The one thing that I am upset about is the corn. We've replanted the corn twice, and we've got more squirrel issues. So they're actually coming in and digging up the seeds as fast as we put them down. So I am actually going to wait, and we're going to plant another crop probably at the end of this month. I'm going to try to thin the squirrels out a little bit with my trap. As you can see, I just baited it up. We have caught 2. And it's just not looking good for corn this year, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, these are some beautiful tomato plants. Look at the stalk on them. Pretty blooms. About time to start tying them up to the fence. Look how thick that stalk is. Now, a lot of people in this area have problems with cutworms. I don't. One thing you can do is make wraps around the bottom of the stems with aluminum foil, or you can do like I done, just for an example. Take a stick, just a branch off a tree, break it, and stick it right beside that stem. Like that. Get them as close as you can. And that cutworm can't go around it, and he won't get your stalk. But like I said, take aluminum foil and wrap around it just like you would, you know, just like you'd wrap aluminum foil around a pencil or something of that nature. Just wrap it right around the stalk. Make a sleeve. Boy, these are looking good. These are the better bush. Look how thick those stalks are. Beautiful tomato plants. Smell wonderful. And I healed up these potatoes. Now these potatoes are doing great. Now, some people will tell you well, you know, you've added this to that soil, you've added that to that soil. The only thing this right here has had is chicken litter. But look at the difference 50 feet makes when planting vegetables or a garden or anything of that nature. Look at the color of this dirt versus that down there. That area is good for certain plants. This is good for certain plants. That's why I tell you all the time, mix it around. If you don't do good with a crop one year, change it in the area and maybe it'll pick up better in the other spot. Except for corn. I can't catch a break with corn. And I have to laugh about it. I mean, you know, crookneck squash, we got to get down here and thin these plants out. That's another hill of crookneck squash. Cucumbers need to be thinned out and trellised. That cucumber hill needs to be thinned out. I got a lot of cucumbers I need to thin out. But look at the size of these zucchini plants. Lord have mercy. They're beautiful. Beautiful plants. I'm really pleased with the zucchini plants. And the crookneck squash has come along pretty good too. I did plant a row of okra the other day. The ground temperatures right now for this time of year down here where I'm at, you've got to let the ground temperature get up before you plant your okra. You can't plant your okra the same time you plant your tomatoes or your potatoes or anything of that nature. It has to be planted later on when the temperatures are consistent. If not, the seeds will not germinate and they will rot in the ground. Now here's something I planted the other day that was a gift, and I don't think they're going to do that well. These are the Brandywine tomatoes. A buddy of mine gave them to me. They've been sitting in the tray. They just never got no size to them. But I planted them anyhow just to see how they done. Now I could be wrong. When this rain rolls through next weekend, it could be booming. And they could outgrow everything I got. But right now, they're not looking very good. Those are some pink girls that we put out just around the stump. Jalapeno plants are coming along good. And I put us out a few little mounds of sweet potatoes just to test this ground out. It drains really well. It's soft ground. They may do pretty good. They may not. It just depends. I put them too close to the watermelons. I know I did. But the watermelons aren't looking promising right now. So if the watermelons fail, at least I'll have room for my sweet potatoes to grow. I'll just have to keep them away from the tomato plants. But speaking of watermelon, we do have some that have broke the ground. They're looking good. Now, this right here is a moon and stars. You can tell on the leaf already, the little yellow spots. That will be a moon and stars plant. I do not think some of my big melon seeds germinated. It could be my fault. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Cantaloupe are doing great. And of course the damn chocolate mint's outgrowing everything. Don't ask me. That was a transplant from a cup and they're just not working out. I don't like transplanting from a cup. I'd rather grow from seed. That's another transplant from a cup. Alright, the next hill over is actually seeds that I planted. You can tell the difference. They're just a better plant. I think they work out a lot better for me. Now for you it may be something totally different, but for me I had rather just plant in the ground. And please ignore my mess. I've been meaning to get a garbage bag over here. But that's an update on our 30 by 30 and our other little garden spot. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you haven't ever left a comment or a question, hey, feel free to do so. If you want to hit like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to share the video, feel free to do it. Anybody can do this. I'm telling you right now. Anybody can do what I'm doing. I've used 8 pounds of fertilizer. Maybe 10. I'm not going to lie. I'm not an organic farmer. I'm not. I don't have the money to buy dirt to bring in here. I garden just like you would have to do on a strict budget. I've got less than $100 in both of these spots right here, and I've got plenty more seed to plant to expand if I wanted to. This is just something to show you that anybody can do this. Only thing it takes is a small garden tiller and a small little section of land and some sweat, and you're on your way. But I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to do pretty good. If we get another couple days of rain here and there, because they're needing the boost right now, I'll throw some dry chicken litter compost on it right before it rains and let the nutrients soak in the ground a little bit. Cut it in the dirt and hope for the best. And as you can tell, there's not a lot of insects on my plants yet. Next month is whenever I will have to be on top guard, because that's whenever they'll start moving in about another month. But for right now, other than the corn and a few of the watermelon hills, we're doing pretty good. I don't think I'm going to be pulling no 100-pound watermelon out of this garden this year. I don't think I'll hit 30 pounds, if I have any at all. So we are going to be planting watermelon back over in my spot, because I cannot live without the watermelon. Alright, so like I said, please subscribe, leave us a comment, hit like. Until next time, it's not too late. Get your plants ready, get them in the garden, and I'll see you next time at the garden spot. Thanks a lot, I appreciate your views.